Hello everyone, it's Cynthia with your daily tarot card of the day. This week we are using a very energetic and powerful Shaman wisdom cards. The information about this card deck is in the description box below. I'm going to take a moment while I shuffle to tune into the collective general energies of the day and invite the wisdom of spirit to come through. And I'll be delivering some timeless messages, general for the collective. Take what resonates and leave the rest of it behind. But of course, you're always invited to tune into your own intuition, inner guidance, higher self, spirit guides, and receive your own personal messages and insights with whatever card happens to come up for us. Okay, cut the deck. Gotcha. Number 43, Ash. Ash tree is a lovely, powerful tree. Masculine east energy, sun, fire. I'm also getting something about air here. So it does have that very sort of masculine, active energy, yang energy, I guess you could say. I'm feeling like something about like intellectual learning or book learning. Maybe it's like putting something that you've read or that you've learned or a skill that you have into action. Excuse me, I need a sip. Yeah, because I'm getting this, I'm getting like today's energy being an opportunity to sort of practice, put into practice, or show what you know. I did not mean to rhyme, but that's just how it came out. So if you've been like studying something or working on something, learning something, you could be tested. So whether that's like a written exam, an oral exam, or a demonstrative exam, because, you know, sometimes depending upon what you're doing, you might have to demonstrate a skill in order to, you know, pass the exam or what have you, right? So there could be some energy of that going on today for those of the collective who might be students in some fashion. And there are certain professions which also require like continuing education, health, teaching. So there could be like training exercises. There's all kinds of professions actually. Training exercises, different things like that. You could be either making a presentation or having to take in from someone else's presentation and then be able to like share that message. Like one of my friends, a group that she works with, very frequently, it's not just, you know, the organization's leader, but she's like, you know, there's a very small team. So it might be her boss and her and maybe once in a while one other person, but there could be like multiple conferences all over the country going on at any given time, either Zoom or in person. And it's like needing to send reps to each one or have them participate in them, and then share with the whole team, you know, what they know. And so there could be like an energy of that where it's learning or taking in that information and then having the opportunity to share it with other people or teach it or relay the information or show your skill, again, like in terms of examinations and testing, and or even just practical, like today's the day you hit the ground running. So whatever training or learning or whatever that you've been through, today's the day that if it's not an exam or a test or a presentation of some kind related to how much you've learned, it could also end up being like, today's the day you actually start utilizing this information, sort of on your own. So I'm feeling that connection. Knowledge, that's where I get like this intellectual knowledge and learning. In the Celtic Circle Tarot, there's the Magician card, I believe, has an ash tree in the background, and there's a lightning bolt hitting the tree, and of course the magician is standing there holding his book of magic. And I'm just, while I'm talking, actually looking for the card to show you, and that's kind of the imagery that I'm getting with this ash tree. Is I'm getting this sense of that lightning bolt, that inspiration, that knowledge, that that information coming in and you processing it and then expressing it or sharing it. So I feel like either you're working on the information or you're receiving the information, or you're having an opportunity, and it's not a lightning bolt. They showed it to me differently. It just has the sun above it. Isn't that funny? So, yeah. So that in the background is the ash tree. What I thought was a lightning bolt coming down is really just a sun shining. And of course, we've got the sun here and the sunflowers. He's wearing yellow. He's holding his book of magic. He's got the sun on his brow. So there's, again, all of that sun and fire energy that we see in this card. And, so how is he going to put his learning and knowledge into the world? That's wisdom. Knowledge in action is wisdom. You can say that you're a wise person because you know a lot of stuff, but if you don't do all that stuff, where's the wisdom in it? It's in exemplifying it, sharing it. I don't necessarily mean showing off that you know something on that level, but how do we show? How do we share? It's not just through words and discussions and presentations where we're sharing the information, but when we show it by what we do, how we use it, right? Excuse me. So this is what seems to be coming through. And 43, 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 is a vibration of wisdom, communication, teaching, learning, among other things. It's also a number of protection. And 4 being like masculine order energy. I'm thinking like Emperor card there. And 3 being creativity, fertility, abundance, inspiration. And I'm thinking Empress energy there. So, the ash tree is really about coming to that state where you can, hearing it again, hit the ground running, where you can put this knowledge into action, or you're somehow exemplifying, utilizing, or sharing information that you've gathered. So there seems to be a great energy for either examining how this plays out in your life and maybe working on that, because that could be leading you towards or somehow helping to support your goals or where you're headed or what needs to be done, or other opportunities or new beginnings that might be at hand, and you're like, how do I start? Well, start with assessing the fact that the universe obviously thinks you know how to handle this. So where is that knowledge, and how can you put that into action? What would be useful? Those are resources too. It's not just who you know and what you know and what's in the bank account and what equipment or environment you have. Yeah, those are all resources. How much time you have. Yeah, that's a resource too. How much energy you have. Yeah, that's a resource too. But how you use what you know is also a resource. And your skills can grow and develop and change. It's not just, I have a skill for, playing cover songs. You can create music yourself, and you have enough skill with music once you've been trained or, trained yourself or practiced or whatever to be able to create your own. It's possible. So there's something here about opportunities for really bringing that out for yourself. Some form of structure or container in order to funnel your creativity through is what's going to utilize what's within you. Your energy, your inspiration, your ideas, your motivation, your knowledge, your skills funnels through you into the world. So have your container, spark your energy. Today's got an opportunity to start flowing with that and putting that out there. So either something literally going on in your world, at work, at school, at home, what have you, or that opportunity for putting something into action that you've been working on. And again, with the 43, all right, I'm going to close with this one. I have my medicine cards, a couple of them flowing, and Spider is number 43. And Spider, of course, is the weaver, the creator. There's making connections and actually putting on display a certain amount of skill that is useful, right? So making the connections, making the interconnections, or even just in the mind, making the connections between your brain waves, right? But being creative, having that weaving factor, and it's a useful creativity. It's not art for art's sake. It's art for the purpose of expressing the truth that you yourself have experienced, or art for you, a self-expression. Maybe you need to do some journaling, some painting, or some composing, or get creative with a meal that you've never made before, pantry special, my husband used to call them, or redecorate a room or a corner of a room or something, just for yourself to sort of express whatever's going on internally. It doesn't matter if anybody else sees it, but you're processing. That's part of your processing system. You know what I mean? Having some of that creativity. Because, a spider, when they create their web, they're doing that to catch their own food, or to house their egg sac, or to, I don't know if that's how they attract mates, but whatever. You understand what I'm saying. So in terms of self-expression, their creativity for self-expression, it's not about putting it out there for others to see, unless we feel inspired that somehow that exemplifies a deeper truth that would be useful to others. At the same time, having that creative capacity to know how to play music, know how to write, compose poetry, or write a story, or like the technicalities. You know how to paint a picture or to draw or this, that, the other thing, right? Those are skills or talents or gifts that you might have in terms of your expression. So there could be something here about, you inspired with an idea and you need to put that out there and share that with the world as well. Whew. I tell you, this week, these cards, the cards in this deck are very powerful, and they keep popping up with a lot. So I apologize if this week's videos are going to get a little bit longer than usual. I'll try and keep them, less than 20 minutes. But in any case, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad to be here with you. I'm glad to bring out whatever messages and energies come through. Certainly hope that you feel it. And I wish you lots of peace and blessings and this wonderful energy of, knowledge in action, wisdom, creativity, self-expression, and connection. Shine your light on the world, baby. Get there. Thanks so much, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Peace and blessings to all.